So, I know I said I didn't know how to do that techie shit with the picture in picture and do all that, but I figured it out. Amazing the things you can learn how to do in a short amount of time when you put your mind to it, you know? Anyway, I want to talk about in this video today is this whole Obama thing and this whole woke culture, call out culture, woke culture speech that he gave. And I know it's a little late, but the fact that people are still talking about it is reason to discuss it. Um, One thing I want, well, us just go ahead and, for those of you who haven't seen the speech, I'm sure every Democrat and liberal who lives in the city has seen the speech, but this is my first time actually seeing it, like literally right before I started this video, but we're gonna watch it again. And I'm gonna have to pause it on some parts to actually apply some critical thinking to the things that he's saying, because I want some of y'all to really not just take everything that someone says verbatim and just like, oh yeah, that's so true, uh, without giving it some thought. Okay, so here we go.
Idea of purity and you're never compromised and you're always politically woke and all that stuff. You should get over that quickly.
Okay, so the fact that you're always politically woke and never compromise, you should get over that pretty quickly. Okay, let's talk about that for a second. One, the fact that you're never compromised. I think that it says something about your morality and integrity to never be compromised. And who was it? Eartha Kitt said, "Compromise for what?" Like, no, you should always stand in what you believe in, and especially if it's right, you should never fucking compromise for, especially for the politicians. Which let me even get on the fact that Obama, who has not been in office for several or for a few years now, where everyone still loves is the beloved Holden president who was just oh so great. Like, you're not even really saying anything in the speech. And it's funny how they got you, the black president, over here talking about woke culture when I'm sure they wouldn't have had Bush or Trump or some other white president at some summit or whatever the fuck this was talking about woke culture. And the thing with the woke, what else did he say? Being politically woke and all this kind of stuff. As a U.S. citizen and an American, I feel like it's your duty to be politically woke on all the kind of things that are going on in this country. And I just think it's complete bullshit for him to more or less say, "Don't focus on politics so much. Don't be woke. Be asleep. Be asleep." And anyway, let's continue.
The world is messy. There are ambiguities.
Yep.
People who
There are ambiguities, meaning there's a lot of shit that you don't know that goes on. So, don't judge too harshly because these motherfuckers is always working together behind the scenes, but playing everyone against each other in front of the camera.
do really good stuff have flaws. People who you are fighting may love their kids and, share certain things with you. And I think that one danger I see among young people, particularly on college campuses, Malia and I talk about this. Yara goes to school with my daughter.
Unnecessary and doesn't matter to the whole point.
But I do get a sense sometimes now among certain young people, and this is accelerated by social media, there is this sense sometimes of the way of me making change is to be as judgmental as possible about other people. And that's enough. Like if I tweet or hashtag about how you didn't do something right or used the wrong verb, or then I can sit back and feel pretty good about myself because, man,
Okay, pause right there. Okay, so this whole like I called you out thing and like, oh, no, first of all, who is given these terms and these names to this kind of culture? It's not the people who are doing it. If someone's on Facebook calling somebody out over some shit, they're not like, oh, I'm part of call out culture. Oh, I'm woke. These people are not out here calling themselves that. So it's people outside of that who are giving them a label and then now they're making a negative connotation to it, and oh, these people are doing this, and it's this whole culture, and it's I see it on college campuses and mainly around young people. They're too woke. They're too woke. No, bitch. It sounds like they're doing the right thing. If you got to get up here as the former fucking president of the United States and tell people that they are too woke, that they are like too really, really, man, really. That how, as an American citizen, does that make us even look strong? As an American, like, come on now. Anyway, let's continue.
You see how woke I was? I called you out. I'm gonna get on TV, watch my show, watch Grownish.
Oh, then goes on to promote a TV show while doing all this, labeling fucking people who call somebody out as woke. But anyway,
You know, that's not activism. That's not bringing about change. You know, if all you're doing is casting stones, you know, you're probably not going to get that far. That's easy to do.
okay. Oh, you said so much. Oh, congratulations, sir. Oh, yes. Oh, life changing. Wow. And see, my problem is half the people who saw this probably saw the article on Facebook and just scrolled through and didn't even read it, or didn't even see this speech, or if they did see it, they caught clips of it from the local news that only highlighted the parts that labeled call out woke culture as like, oh, bad and condemned, blah, blah, blah. And people will just go back and regurgitate this same thing to their friends or to their coworkers, and it becomes a whole conversation about nothing because people think all of a sudden they know what woke means. And that's why I really wanted to do this video, is because people are now tossing the word woke around. And for someone like me who spends time researching shit and reading and not paying attention to mainstream news or just regurgitating the shit that I read on Facebook, uh, I find it offensive and a slap in the face for people who, because in the truth community and what would be called the conspiracy community, to be woke was to be aware of what was going on in society, to know that fucking fast food is not healthy, to know that they put water or fluoride in the water and that's not good for you, to know that they're fucking spraying shit in the air, to know that the government does conspire against you, fucking Watergate, all this shit, Gulf of Tonkin. But that's what it meant to be woke. Not oh fucking this whole Black Lives Matter, if George Soros funded bullshit. And that's the other thing is we are currently at a place in America where the people, the powers that be, the people who got the money are using people of color to push their agendas, to sell their products, and to push policies through. That is exactly what they're doing. And that if you look at this fucking video, you go back, look at all the kids sitting
I
there.
see among young
Shut up. Come on. I'm gonna find it. Pause for the
people who with you and young people.
you go back. Oh, there it is. BM. Okay. Look at up here. All these black and brown children. And again, we have to look at they sent the black president to talk to all these black children about being too woke. Okay. And black folks, as far as I know, are some of the most critically thinking. Like when they're on the right path and doing the right shit, they think critically and they know they ain't about that bullshit. And that's why a lot of black folks, I feel like, will be labeled as conspiracy theorists because we don't always buy into the bullshit. It'd be hard to it'd be hard to bullshit a lot of black folks, okay? Especially the ones that ain't white-minded and thinking like, oh yeah, yes sir, ah. So I find this shit to be a slap in the face when motherfuckers is walking around here who, first of all, are not woke in the smallest degree. And just because you pay attention to Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative politics does not make you woke. Okay, reading the mainstream media, the Washington Posts, and the fucking Wall Street journals, and all that kind of shit does not make you woke, okay? It takes some fucking research and like actually sitting down and taking the time out to read between the lines of some of the shit that they talk about in these news stories. I mean, and honestly, to say to be too woke, like were people too woke when they realized Trayvon Martin was just another fucking like media stunt by the media to just put black people in a bad light? Then y'all did it with Mike Brown. Then y'all did it with fucking Sandra Bland. Then y'all did it with Eric Garner. Then y'all did it with Tamir Rice. And all those happened under Obama's motherfucking presidency. But we're too woke. Hmm. Casting stones, calling people out. And I'm not sitting up here trying to like call Obama out, but really, nigga, you are sitting up here talking about being too woke. Really? The most drone strikes happen under your presidency, but we too woke. And that's bad. So I have a problem with that. And if there's people out and like really let me know what is too woke? And to those who are just hearing the word, what does that word even mean to you? Like what when you were to hear someone say, "Oh, that person says that they're woke," because I promise you, what they're doing is they're taking these words that people use to identify things in a good light, and they're taking it and twisting it and making it something different. And so now they're going to label people as woke, uh, as these people who are these fucking social justice warriors out here, just protest this and that and all yeah, like just the most randomest shit. Even like with this whole Greta Thunberg and climate change bullshit, like. Is it too woke to really be looking into this bitch's family and looking into like why this rich child with autism is sailing around the world on some fucking yacht when she should be in school and getting help with her autism, not trying to condemn Canadian prime ministers and other people for shame on them, looking like a spoiled little rich child? Is that too woke? Because I really want to know. Because motherfuckers is out here like, oh, climate change is real and this, that, and the other. And if you have not looked into it, if you have not done the research, then you really shouldn't be out here just regurgitating the stories that you see on Facebook and or Facebook or social media or the news, unless you are like really out here looking into the story. Because the news is not going to tell you the motherfucking truth. They're not going to tell you the whole story. They're going to tell you your opinion because just about everything that's on the news now is an opinion piece. Just like this fucking speech. This was an opinion piece. Like we can even go into the whole Google search and look, oh, Obama calls out woke culture. The world is messy. Oh, the world is messy. Oh, warns young people. It's just like conservative thinker isn't buying woke culture. And then this is what they do too. They'll do some shit like that. Oh, okay, Marcus is over here calling out woke culture. He must be conservative. Like, no, bitch, I don't ascribe to no motherfucking political party just because. And of course it's Fox's. Fox. No, I don't ascribe to no fucking political, none of that bullshit because all it does is keep people divided and at look at this over here. Don't focus on the man behind the curtain. That's all that shit does. And that's why I'm like, people be trying to get into all that. And it's like, no, we need to look at what is really going on here. These motherfuckers is working together. Motherfucking Putin and Trump over here in cahoots together, exchanging fucking uh the anti-terrorist tactics and the policies and all this kind of shit on the side. And meanwhile, people's all bad. Oh, Russia helped President with the Trump and interfered and all this kind of bullshit. They probably did. They probably did because the motherfuckers is in cahoots, and nobody be looking at Israel. So that's why I'm saying, what is too woke as an American citizen in the age of information with Google at your fingertips and all these other things? You got Amazon where you could buy books upon books upon books in the 21st century. What is too woke? Really, what is it? Because honestly, at this point, ignorance is a choice. It really is. And I've heard people like, oh, well, I just don't have time to research these things. And bitch, you got the time to binge watch a Netflix series, don't you? You got time to go to a motherfucking concert, don't you? Well, that's entertainment. Oh, okay. Well, would you want to be entertained and entertained to your death? The Pied Piper. Uh, the story of the Pied Piper. He played the rats out of town to their death. You want to be a rat? Just follow. Okay, well, it's fun. It sounds good. Let's do it. All right, and not look at the other shit unless it comes from the news, and then you feel like you've gotten your source of information for the day because all right, well, the news said that this is going to happen and that's going to happen. Oh, it's going to be cloudy today, so I guess it's gray. So I guess those are clouds. It's cloudy, but you know, there's really no excuse in 2019 to not be informed, like to not truly be informed on a subject if you're going to talk about it. And I'm not just talking about these like news stuff. I'm just talking about anything because the information is literally at our fingertips. That's why it surprises me when people be like asking me a question at the bar. Oh, who was that actor that was in so and so? Remember, and he also played in so and so. Phone sitting right in front of their face. Bitch, if you don't open Google and go look the shit up yourself, I hate asking people for something like, oh, who was it? Bitch, if I can go look it up, I will. Otherwise, then I'll have to ask. So Democrats don't always need to be politically woke. But then this one, oh, now it's the Democrats that don't need to be so politically woke. So and this is the kind of stuff that just is it's divide and conquer shit. Divide and conquer. And all the liberals and everyone's going to just eat it up because they love everything that Obama says and he could just never do no wrong. And so, oh, did you hear Obama's speech? Oh yeah, I agree. Yeah, woke culture. Blah, 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 blah. Bitch, tell me about what is woke culture. I'll wait. Anyway, I think that's gonna be it for this motherfucking video. I've said all I had to say on this topic, and yeah, I mean, we as Americans with free speech should be calling bitches out. If some shit's not right, call it out. Bitch, aren't there signs that go around? Hey, if you see something, say something. Okay. So there's no such thing as too motherfucking woke because all the knowledge is power. And the only thing you can do is inform yourself and get ready for the battle that's to come because they're trying to eliminate free speech and you thinking freely and critical thought and all that kind of shit. And no, think. Okay. So yeah, peace, love, and all that good shit. I'll holler.